So here we are live, and I see we got some people with us already. Rack Dawn, Mrs. Tyler J as well. I think I saw Beverly in there somewhere. No, she's out there somewhere anyway. But hi to all of you. Thanks so much for watching, especially if you're watching the upload. Doesn't matter that you're not with us right now live. If you are around right now, come onto the chat, say hello. Maybe I'll pull a card for you. That would be a great thing. I would enjoy doing that. But not to worry, guys, if you're watching, that is good whenever you're watching. So big love and light to all of you. Let's start off with a card for everyone. Actually, always a good way to start. I usually pull an oracle card, but I've just got a feeling to pull a tarot card this time. Hello, Mrs. Tyler J. Hello, Martin. Glad you could join us, Martin 958. Good to see you. Okay, so I've had a shuffle. Let's just randomly cut the deck and see what we get. Number 7, the Chariot. So we are most definitely going places. This is cool. Now this weekend, interesting. You're going to have to really kind of push yourself to go places this weekend. There are 2 big T-squares coming up in astrology. And this weekend, everyone's just going to be wanting to kind of forget about their work and have fun. And there is some fun in here. This is a game of croquet, believe it or not, being played with a flamingo and a hedgehog. But whatever it is, you know, that maybe you can like combine work with enjoyment somehow. You know, sometimes that's possible. I don't know, but it's that kind of weekend anyway, that kind of weekend with things all over the place, to be quite honest. But it's been a good week in astrology. Last week, like as in kind of more than 8 days ago, was it was a real crippler, you know, lots of emotional stuff going on and very hard for a lot of people just to get the boots on life and get things moving, you know. But then the last few days have been pretty good in that respect. I got to say, it's been a much happier situation. So you can't see it, guys, but I have actually got a little desk thing in front of me now. I've got to kind of do more to my desk thing, make it more deskish and get more stuff going on with it. But all good, I think. All good, I think. So Jackie Walters is here. Hi to you. Thanks for joining us. Let's do Martin's question here. You're wondering if the spirits would know what for my what to do to fix your shoulder pain. Right, so a tiny little screen. I've got a big laptop in front of me, but StreamYard just gives you this tiny little screen the size of a postage stamp, and you've got to try and read it off there. I'm good, thanks, Rackdon. Really glad you joined us. Nice to have you with us. It's going up, it's going up. We've got 7 on board now. This is coolio. But Martin, right, what would really work for your shoulder pain, my friend, is Reiki, believe it or not. It's a very subtle thing, very, very subtle thing indeed. Sometimes, you know, when people have just had Reiki, they don't feel anything, but it builds up over time, you know, it takes a little bit of time to do its work. I'm feeling, though, as I sort of, you know, just ask into the influences that are around me, I'm feeling very gentle exercise. Yeah. I don't know what kind of, you know, whether you've been putting a strain on it or anything like that, but it's going to be good to just kind of not put a lot of work on that shoulder, but just keep it moving gently. Okay, that's what I'm being told anyway. I'm sure that would actually help. And the thing is, you see, yeah, they've told me like a good sleep would help as well. And that's pretty difficult at the moment, just summertime. The weather's really hot in a lot of places. Don't know if it is with you, Martin, but it seems to be hot all over the world. I don't know if you can hear it, but I've got my fan blowing in the room, which is rare because Wales is a pretty cold place, but it's hot now. And that's making it hard to sleep, you know. But get as much rest as you can, Martin. Okay, and yeah, Reiki, if you can go to a Reiki healer, that would be a brilliant thing. And I know we have Reiki people that come on board the chat and watch these videos. So guys, if you can please, even if you're watching the upload, doesn't matter, the energy always finds its goal. Just send some healing light to Martin 958. I just know that's going to help. Okay, it can take time to settle in, but you know, Reiki is amazing. It really helps, you know, really helps. Okay, now then, let me see. The screen window featuring the question is coming through unfocused. Oh dear. Yeah, I can see it pretty clearly here, to be honest, Julie. but StreamYard is a bit weird like that. It's the best streaming platform I know. I've tried many, and with some of them, I couldn't even, say more than a few words without it dropping out. So yeah, really unfortunate actually, but I hope that'll fix itself as we go through the video. Martin's saying he can see it, and yeah, Jackie is saying hers is focused as well. I think it just depends where you are in the world, honestly. I don't know why my screen would be focused and then that part of it down there wouldn't be, but hey, electronics, weird, craziness. That's all I can say. Julie's going to leave and re-enter. Well, don't be gone too long, Julie. We can't do without you for too long. And Mrs. Tyler Jays is focused. This is great. This is great. Hi, April. Hi, Irina. Great to see you with us. Okay. Hi, Laurie Druskitz. Now then, I'm fishing around for questions because I most definitely saw some there. Now my chat window is taking its time. Hi, Beverly. Where are we? Let's have a look. Okay, Ragdon, you were the first one in the chat. Fair play to you. Let's do your question. Let's see what we get, and let's hydrate myself first as well. From my mug with very rude writing on it. Do you see my mum recover? If not, I know the consequence. Please see. Okay, let's take a look. I'm sorry to hear she's not well. I really am. It's, I'm sorry to see when anyone's not well, but when it's your mother, it becomes a big worry, doesn't it? So, right, I've got some cards out, but I've just been told to start with the pendulum. So we'll get this one out. This is my Reiki pendulum, and we'll see what's happening. Okay, so is Mum going to recover? Let's just let it hang there for a second while it sort of untwists itself. Right, well, it's giving me a yes, right? And it suddenly started giving the yes. It didn't build up slowly. It suddenly started giving me the yes there. The yes is getting bigger and bigger the longer I leave the pendulum swinging. But, right, what I'm being told is that it's going to seem like she's not going to recover, and that's going to go on for a while. But suddenly, she is going to turn a corner, and it's saying, yes, she is going to recover. So that is looking pretty good as far as I can see. Hi, Adrienne, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you with us. Right, so turning over a card about that, Ragdon. Hope I've said your name right. We've got this one, and it says, expect powerful change. Well, and it's a new moon eclipse card. We are not getting a new moon eclipse until, I think, November is the next one, actually. But don't worry about that. The message of the card is expect powerful change, and that's the way it's going for your mum. And because of that, that's the way it's going for you as well. So thanks for your question. Guys, it's a good night for sending healing out around the world. Let's send some healing out to Ragdon's mum as well. Hope things come well with her. I really do. Okay. So let's take a look. Okay, Laurie, let's come to you, Laurie. Will my son-in-law's new job work out? I think that's another pendulum one. Let's rest the last pendulum and bring in the tiger's eye pendulum. Okay, someone is sending protection. Someone like Cosmic, someone in the cosmic realms is sending protection around not just your son, but the idea of this job. Okay, I don't believe it's going. I think it's going well enough, but I don't think he's finding it easy at the moment. And that's the sense in which, people are starting to feel it might not work out. I must be sitting at an angle because the pendulums are going that way, going over like that tonight. But there we go. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, it'll work out. Okay, but there is definitely some protection. I was going to say needed, and I don't know if needed is the right word, because there is protection being sent, okay? There are people in the afterlife watching out for your son and watching out for you too, I'm being told, okay? I don't think it's going to be easy for him. That's what I'm really picked up there. But it's not going to be a disaster, It's going to sort itself out. It's going to work out. So, just give it some time, Laurie, okay? Hope that helps you, my friend. Beverly, let's pull a card for you for the weekend. Why ever not? Okay, as I am drawn to Work Your Light. Was watching Danny Shea earlier, actually, and a few of you were, I think. Bathrobe Tarot, Danny Shea. If you don't know him, go and check him out. He's brilliant. One of my favourite readers, along with like Celtic Tarot, Sheila Inquisitive Tarot. Lots of good readers about, which is a blessing. It really is. And Danny was pulling a card from this. I'm going to pull a card from this now for Beverly. And we will see what we get for Beverly's weekend. Okay. I've got one. It's just kind of got stuck there. Okay. Beverly, align your life. This is the card we've got for you. Right. Really take it easy this weekend. Now, astrology is pushing you in just the right direction. Have I got my... No, I haven't. Sorry, my book is out of reach over there. But there are 2 T-squares coming up this weekend involving the moon. And it's going to be a weekend for taking it easy, really. Okay, so take this opportunity, Beverly, to just... well, meditate if you want, but the most important thing is relaxation. Okay, and just let all the different pieces of Beverly fall back into place, because things are fragmented by the look of it. It says, what is not aligned or needs to change underneath Align Your Life? Okay, so ask yourself that question, Beverly. It's almost certainly outside influences and not you, not your fault in any way, but take the time to let those pieces fall back into place. That's super important. We have... My goodness me, we have 20 people with us already. This is good. This is good. Things are slowly building up. Julie's sending some healing there to Rakton's mum. Wonderful, wonderful. And so, right, scrolling down because I saw other questions. Right, okay, Ernie James, let's come to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us, Ernie, by the way. Nice to have you with us. Thank you all for joining us. Sharon Lee is here as well. This is good news. Holly DeShane is here as well. And Holly was watching Danny earlier because we said hello in the chat. As was Twainer. Maybe Twainer will turn up soon. But wow. Okay. Any job coming for me soon that I don't know about? Right. I will ask the pendulum. Okay. I will ask the pendulum. And we'll have a look into the cards as well. Okay. Any job coming for Ernie James that Ernie James does not know about? This is what we need to know, please. Right, it's incredibly slow doing a D shape, which is like neither one thing or the other. Right, let's just stop it. So is Ernie James going to have a job? Like, is he going to still have a job soon? Okay, now we're getting some positive action. Basically, don't worry about unemployment, Ernie. I don't think there's anything coming that you don't know about already, because the pendulum went, the energy of the pendulum just kind of went all over the place. It really did. Okay, but there are certainly no worries about employment. Hi, Run Unconditional. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay, let's just shuffle a bit and cut the deck. First of all, right, Ernie, got the Judgment card here. So something new is going to happen. Something is going to change, and it's going to be a real flash of light. Judgment in this sense is all about balance. It's like Libra sort of energy that balances things out. So things are going to stay in balance, okay? But there is a big change coming up. There really is. Okay, and next to that, also I got this one for you. 2 of Cups. Like the cosmic teapot pouring out goodness into their cups. So what you're longing for, what you really desire, what you really hope for is on its way to you, Ernie. Okay. So thanks for your question, friend. That's really, I hope that's helped. And it always helps me when you guys come with your questions, really, really good. Because otherwise, what could I do? What would be the point of being a medium, being a psychic, if it wasn't actually, helping anyone, if there was no one out there to be helped? You guys make the whole thing what it is. Hello, Lee Wolster. Great. You haven't caught live in a while. Well, it's great to see you too, Lee. Thanks very much for coming in, my friend. This is great. Things are all happening. Patricia Franzino is here. Great stuff. Let me scroll up and down a bit because I've missed people coming in. I like to keep an eye on the chat. Hi, Linda Bishop, by the way. Okay, it's all happening. It's all happening. This is what we like. Anyway, Guys, a little something I wanted to announce, right? I might move the time of this Friday session, okay? I've been thinking about it a lot. I mentioned a couple of shows ago that I'm really keen to try polyphasic sleep, where you go to sleep for 2 hours and then you're awake for 4 hours. And, you keep taking 2-hour sleeps throughout the day. And that way you still get 8 hours sleep because it's 4 sessions of 2 hours. But apparently this is how kind of animals work. You see it with the cats all the time, they seem to be sleeping most of the day. But they'll suddenly jump up and do something for a few hours and then come and go back to sleep again. So I'm thinking about doing that. And I'm thinking of starting that pretty soon. It's not going to affect the Sunday or Wednesday timings because by the system I've worked out, I'm going to be awake between UK 8 p.m. and midnight, which is, it's UK 9 to 10:30 that I do those sessions on Sundays and Wednesdays. So that's not going to be affected. But this Friday one might have to move a bit. We might have to do that. Hope no one can read the very rude writing on my cup, actually. Contains some very rude words. Hi, Thule. I will come to you, my friend. I saw another one. Ellen Quinlan. Yeah, I saw Ellen first, so I'm going to Ellen Quinlan. Ellen is going to be moving end of year. Will she have a new to me car? And will she find love there? Okay, 2 questions there. Let's do them. Let's get stuck in and find out what happens. Right. Where's my deck? Here we go. Surrounded by decks now because I've sort of nailed this desk thing together and I've got all my desks in front of me and my rude word drink of water, which is good. So moving end of year, right? Good time to move, actually, I think, because you go through the winter and things are always looking up when you move end of year because it's coming round to new summertime, new springtime, new energy coming in basically when you get to the end of the year. That's really what it's all about. Okay, will I have a new to me car is the first question, and will you find love? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Right, what about the car, please? Oh, right. Okay, that's pretty clear. Death, number 13. So the old car's going to die and there is going to be a new to me car. All right, because with the death card, there's always something coming in after death. So it marks the beginning of a new phase. I almost said it marks the phase of a new beginning, but it doesn't. It marks the beginning of a new phase. That's what it's all about. Will I find love there? Looks like you will, right? Because it's the 2 of Wands, but it's going to take a while for the love to really for you to really get loved up and for that relationship to get going and take effect. It's fire sign energy, this, so it is fiery, and where love's concerned, that is no bad thing, actually. Love comes and burns, goes through your life like a fire, changing absolutely everything. So I'm thinking it's yes to both of those, Ellen. Let's do another card just to get a general idea of what's happening when you make the move. 3 of Cups. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This is a good move for you, I'm sure, Ellen. Okay, I'm really sure about that. Lots of positive indications here. Now, we did start this one with the Death card, and that, a bit like the Tower of Destruction, can be a frightening thing. But it always brings good change after it, That's the whole point of the cycle of life, taking us through that death card energy. That's what that energy is all about. So best of luck to you, Ellen. Hope it works out. I think it probably will, actually. And it's Adrienne's birthday, apparently. So happy birthday, Adrienne. I should have sent you something out there. Maybe I'll send you something out there soon. If I can get my hands to work, I might make you a magic wand or something like that from some local wood. Would that not be cool? But yeah, big happy birthday to you, Adrienne. Thanks as always for everything you do for us. I mean all of us, not just me. You're a great presence to have in the chat there, and a great presence to have around the channel. This is great. So hope you have a happy day, and I hope the year ahead of you brings you everything you could want as you go forward. As I know you're always going forward. That's great. So you're a Leo, Ellen. Okay, so that's fire sign energy, quite close to your heart. Oh, your birthday is Sunday, Adrienne. Oh, right. Okay. I'm not on top of the chat as well as I should be. Right. Okay, but hey, happy birthday for Sunday. And I guess that sort of makes this your birthday weekend. So I hope you're having a good weekend of it, Adrienne. I really do. Now then, I saw questions that I didn't get to. Hi, Yukta. Nice to have you with us. Okay. Yeah, I can't tell you about the mug, unfortunately. Tuli, it's so rude. I can't even drop a hint about what it says. But basically, it's a unicorn, okay, and it came from. It doesn't say, but it came from USA, so somewhere that prints mad mugs with a unicorn. You can probably find it online somewhere and see what it is. Okay. Best of luck to you, Ernie. Ernie's saying he will be on unemployment after August. Well, you know, positive change is going to be coming. I'm sure of that, Ernie. There's a good feeling of the energy around you. Really, there is. Okay. Let's go with Tuli. Please pull a card from my home atmosphere. Two of us living here. Very little communication. What is the way through the impasse? Okay. Right, let's bring these out. Ascended Masters. I brought them out late in the last show. I'm bringing them out early in this show. I think this is the way to go with this question. Oh, Linda, I wish you could bring me homemade cinnamon rolls, soup, etc. That would be fantastic, but not easy to arrange. Not easy to arrange. Okay, so Tuli, a card for your home atmosphere. Two of us living here, very little communication. What is the way through? Right, okay. Follow your heart. It's Saint Francis. Francis of Assisi. He was a very, very earthy character with St. Francis, even though, you know, he's really out there with his prayers and as an angelic kind of character. But he was very earthy, very down to earth. And yet, follow your heart, Tuli. If it's not working out, you know, listen to your heart. That's the most important thing. Okay. As I pull that card, I'm feeling that, you know, it might not be possible to bring a solution that actually works for both of you. Certainly worth working towards. But as you're talking about this, and talking is really the key to it, follow your heart. Don't get talked into something you're not happy with. And I'm being told you need to come up with an agreement that if something's bothering one of you, you'll tell the other one, and the other one won't explode. That it'll be okay, because there's some kind of fear of explosiveness there, you know. But what's positive is neither of you actually want to lose this, you know, whole setup. You just want to make it better. And, you know, you both want to make it better as well. It's not just you. All right. So follow your heart. Don't get talked into anything that doesn't make you happy. Really important, that, Tuli. Okay. Thanks for your question, as per. This is always good. Let's go to Steve. Hi, Steve. By the way, Steve, right, sent me a picture, a couple of pictures actually, of like a door to another reality that he's got in his house, and you can like close the door on it or open it. It's a brilliant idea. If I had my phone in my hand, I'd show you it. Actually, I haven't worked out how to get it onto a live stream as a full-on picture yet. I'll work it out one day. But yeah, I must hold my phone up. I'll try and remember to do that on Sunday, actually, and then we can have a look, because it's a real good idea, that. So your question, Steve, is listening to online meditation subliminal frequency videos going to get me anywhere? Meanwhile, how's the next week look? Okay, part one of that question, yes, I'm sure it is, Steve. The only problem with it when it's online is it's quite easy to get distracted from anything like that. When you go to a meditation circle and you're meeting together, you get the energy of everyone in the room kind of contributing to the energetic field and it helps. Everyone helps each other, and the amount of energy there helps. What you need to do, my friend, is when you're listening to those online meditations, kind of visualize a link to all the other people who are listening to the same thing. Because if it's online, there's probably thousands of people listening to it, or 24 like there are here at the moment. It'll grow, but the 24 of you are so welcome. But yeah, link into the fact that the idea of what is an actual true fact, that there are many people taking part in that meditation at random times, but that's the way to really stay in the zone with it. I often listen to Steve Nobel, and I find the first time I listen to any of his meditations, I find it very, very good. But there's one absolutely amazing one, the Pleiadian, you link it, well, the Arcturian energies and the Pleiadian energies. It's an absolutely wonderful meditation. First time, wow, it took me places. Now, because I've heard it a few times, it's getting difficult for me to key into it. My mind wanders because I've been there, done that, but I'm still listening to it because I've still got much to learn from it. That's an absolute fact. So do your best to concentrate, Steve. If you really can't concentrate, it's not going to do you much good. It's still going to do you some because it gets you in the energy field, so it's still positive. Okay, but how does the next week look? Let's take a look at the tarot for that one. See what we get for your next week. And Beverly uses online meditation too. Yeah, great stuff. Good thing to do. I must do some meditations, actually. I keep meaning to do that. I recorded a video today because I went driving into town, into Cardigan again. And Cardigan is a really ancient town, actually. Mrs. Tyler J has 22 thumbs. Right, so Steve, card for the next week. Right, now then, actually, this looks more like the weekend than next week to me. Right, and this is actually good advice for everyone this weekend. Just go unplugged, all right? Unplug yourself, take a rest. Right, now, as we look at this one, we've got the 3 swords, which represent like mental turmoil, really, things that are worried about, things that are causing concern. They're tied up safely in the trees, but it's not the 3 of swords, it's the 4 of swords. And even while he sleeps, this guy does have a sword next to him on the ground. So he's not left undefended, and this is essentially about the angels will see anything to completion that needs to be completed while you take a rest, Steve. So don't be afraid to rest up. That's pretty much this weekend. Okay, as we get into next week for you, we've got the 6 of Cups. So avoid dwelling on the past. All right, keep your vision pointing forward. Keep looking onwards. Keep looking upwards. Keep looking forwards. That's where the answers are, Steve. Okay, my friend. Hope that's answered that for you. Thanks very much for your question. Okay. Now then, Yokta, I'm coming to you next, right? Well, next but one, but I'm going right now to Lee Walster. My guides drew me to Lee Walster. Okay. What's the next step for me for the collective? Thanks, Andy. Okay. Right, my friend, this is going to be a tarot one again. It's going to be a mediumship one, really, but I'm going to get into it via the tarot. That seems to be the way to go. Wow. Lots of letting go involved, Lee, and a lot of change coming in for you, I would say. We've got the 3 of Swords here. It's another sword card. It's air sign energy. Yeah, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius being the air signs. So kind of look out for people with those signs around you, Lee. That's going to be important. I really feel that when you talk about the collective, it's going to be the air sign people in the collective that the answers come from. Okay, I'm saying look out for them, but I look out for the positive answers coming from those people. It's quite you'll be getting familiar with this image from watching my videos. The 3 of Swords here is a cake, heart-shaped cake, and it's been left out in the rain. The cake, which represents sort of love and things that haven't gone all that well, important things that haven't gone well, can even be bereavement. The cake is going to dissolve in the rain, and the 3 swords, those are you standing strong. So big changes coming, basically. Lee. And yeah, that is most certainly the next step. With that, I want to say, try to see the other person's point of view. I don't feel that's a problem. I think you're pretty good at seeing the other person's point of view, Lee. But what I'm saying is that's sort of where the answers lie as far as the collective are concerned. Okay. You have 5 people in the spirit world watching over this whole situation. I think you might even know who those 5 people are. But they are watching over the situation, all right, and it's going to end well. Okay, I get a real feeling about. I get a feeling that you're moving towards a greater degree of abundance, Lee. That's what it's kind of telling me at this point. So, my friend, thanks for your question. Thanks so much for joining us. Do stick around. The show is young. Moving on to Yukta Sonawane. Hey, Andy, can you tell me if there is any deceased spirit who has a message for me? Okay. Let's see what we can do. Okay. And yes, Sandy G, yes, the donation links are indeed scrolling. And links to donations are down in the description underneath this video. You might have to click the down arrow to get the just description to open, or click on it somewhere. But yeah, scrolling across the screen right now, coffee.com/twig. It's coffee with a K. Add 1F, 35and83@gmail.com for a private reading or a birth chart, and paypal.me/twigbrother is one way of donating, as well as coffee.com/twig. Coffee's a great platform. They send your donation straight through to PayPal without taking a cut. It's a great page. If any of you guys are running a YouTube channel and you haven't got Coffee on it yet, I strongly recommend it. It's kind of looser and less uptight than Patreon, if you ask me. That's why I like it. But yeah, it's scrolling at this very moment. Yukta thanks me for taking your request. You're very welcome, my friend. This is what I'm all about. And right now I'm all about this one. Hey, Andy, can you tell me if there is any deceased spirit who has a message for me? Right, there's something coming, okay? This is not a problem, Yukta, but they aren't... This isn't anything desperately urgent. They weren't particularly trying to contact you. They're happy to talk. They're happy to talk, okay? Abundance is... Abundance is building up. There's an energy building up behind abundance. You've been praying. I feel this is kind of abundance towards money, to be honest. And there's nothing wrong with abundance of money. Money is energy. You can do good things with it. The only reason money is the root of all evil is that you can do bad things with it as well. Excuse me, you can do bad things with it as well, because it's very powerful energy. But try and make friends with money, Yukta. Okay, because there is abundance coming to you. But to be really happy and to be really comfortable with that abundance, you're going to have to kind of examine, look within yourself, do the third eye thing. The third eye looks inwardly. It really does. That's how it works. Try and look at yourself in love, okay? Look at the good things you could do in this life. Think of the good things you could do with money. Think of the positive side of it, okay? It doesn't have to corrupt you. I don't think it would corrupt you, to be honest, but I know you've got some concerns around that. But it's a bit like, you know, if to make an analogy, say like a fine wine, a really good wine, you know, you could have a sip, you could enjoy all the different kind of flavors that are wrapped up in that sip of wine. You could make the most of it, or you could get blind drunk. You're the sort of person who sips the wine and makes the most of it. Have that attitude towards money. Have that attitude towards abundance, because it is coming in. I can see a lot of work coming towards you at the moment as well. Difficulty sleeping, I believe, Yukta, but this has a lot to do with hot weather and raised temperatures at the moment. You're bound to have wacky dreams at times like that. Your guides are close, most certainly, and they are playing into your dreams and playing into your life. But don't set too much importance on dreams just at the moment, just because it's such hot weather around you. As I say, they're not desperately trying to get through, but they're very happy to share that with you. They really are. I had an insane dream last night, right? There's a friend of mine, I haven't seen him for years, and he was the drummer in a band that was famous in Britain. I don't know if you've heard of him in the States. He's called Shakin' Stevens. And he was like a latter-day rock and roller. He was around in the 70s and 1980s as well. But he does like 50s style rock and roll numbers. It's kind of, a blast from the past, really. Anyway, he was massively famous in UK. And in my dream, my friend, the drummer, got in touch with me. And Shakin' Stevens had brought the new album out, and he'd given my friend Pete a load of money. And Pete had bought a private jet, which was like the size of Air Force One. And I was on this jet, but there were a lot of us on the jet, but we all had a big individual room each with vending machines, washing facilities. So we had no need to leave the room. And I was on this massive jet with Pete, the drummer. God knows what that was about. I wrote it down. Maybe it'll make sense pretty soon. You never know. But Yukta, hope that helps you, my friend. Lee is saying, I appreciate your insight. Thank you, friend. I appreciate your trust. The message clear. I'm pretty sure about the 5 on the other side. They've been with you sometimes. Brilliant. Well, blessings to you as well, Lee. And namaste. And, best of luck with everything. Yeah, rockabilly, Mrs. Tyler J. That's pretty much where it's at. Yeah. Only English rockabilly. But yeah, that's pretty much what it was like. We've had a few rockabilly bands got famous in England, actually. But, there we go. I digress. Isadora Clark. Question, I have light language guides. Why I sometimes cannot translate the message. Can I have a card for the day, please? Right, you can certainly have a card for the day in a second, Isadora, but I'm going to answer that first. Funnily enough, I made a video today, which I'm going to upload overnight, because the internet's pretty slow here at the moment. And that is one of the subjects I get into in the videos, so look out for it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, I just remember being drawn to talk about that. So interesting that you've asked that question. Isadora, that there was a lady who was very famous in these circles about 10 years ago. She's moved on. She became a Christian and she's given up on all the cards and everything. But she actually created a lot of really good card decks. And I still use them. I'm going to use one for you in a minute since she's come up. But she told the story that when she was working with her spirit guides at one point, she asked a question and they answered her by showing her lots and lots of circles all joined together and swirling around in a pattern. And the pattern didn't make any sense. The circles didn't make any sense. And she asked her guides, please, could you talk to me in a language I understand? And then she got the answer. Okay. Now, the language of light is a thing that it's a wonderful, wonderful way to work, actually, because our guides are pure light and it's a very direct way of working. But it's going to take, I think, years and years for anybody to go from the beginning of that to actually having a fluent understanding of the language of light. But yes, you have guides. Yes, they're helping you with it. But do ask them to give you the message in a language you can understand, at least sometimes. Okay, and I believe they will. I believe they'll help you like that. We have to remember that our spirit guides, they come in different shapes and forms. Many of them have lived this earthly life and are no strangers to the world that we live in and the experiences that we have in this life. But some of them, for example, Pleiadians, who've lived in the Pleiades, which is a planetary system way out there. That there are beings who've never incarnated into any world. There are alien life form guides. There are so many different kinds of guides. They might not understand that what they're showing you might not be getting through to you, Isadora. So ask them to tell you stuff in a language that you can understand, my friend. That lady I was talking about is Doreen Virtue. That's her name. She produced brilliant, brilliant decks. And she went over to Christianity. I think there was a lot of money in it for her. She became very money focused towards the end. And It didn't end well, sadly, but for a time, she was channeling the brightest and the best energies out there. She really was. And if you can find any of her old guided meditations, or you can find any of her decks for sale, wonderful, really deeply guided, psychic, spiritual fantasticness. That's the only way I can put it. I'm going to pull a card for the week for you now, okay, for your week ahead. Let's see where we get. Right. Kuan Yin, let it go. Kuan Yin, a very, very powerful guide indeed, Isadora. So this is very strong, very powerful energy. And not just in your card for the, the week ahead. Oh, sorry, card for the day. Okay, but I've sort of asked for it to be for the week ahead. So this is not just for today, okay? A card is not just for life, it's for... No, what is it? Never mind, anyway. No point digressing and getting into that. This is your card. Kuan Yin saying, let it go, okay? It's important to do that. Like, I just had to let go of the sentence I was trying to say because it's just holding the show up because I couldn't think of the end of it. If it's important... those words will come to me again and I'll get them said when the time is right. So similarly to that, Isadora, let go of whatever fears might be around you at the moment. You can see how Kuan Yin is like elevated above, like levitated above the whole scene here. And you can see this boat that's holding Kuan Yin, spiritually speaking, in the water. It is actually a 1,000-petal lotus flower which is working as a boat, so let that spiritual knowledge, let that spiritual connection uplift you. That's the most important thing. And trust that when you let go of any concerns, any fears, that those things will be transmuted as long as you give them to the light. That's the important thing, Isadora. Thank you for your question, my friend, and thanks for being with us. Great stuff. Okay. Let's go to Ernie again, okay? This is Tyler J. says, Pleiadians are awesome. Absolutely agree. Their information is so helpful in my past. Now, actually, I know a lot of our friends would pronounce that Pleiadians. Nothing wrong with that. I'm an English guy, and to me it looks like Pleiadians. And as far as I know, the astronomers call it the Pleiades, the constellation where they're from. Ernie asks, do you see me getting with Black Girl flying to me in upcoming months or next summer? That sounds like one for the pendulum. Okay. I'll tell you what, Ernie, I always try and be colorblind. Okay, I've had one or two girlfriends in my life who've had a different skin color to me, and they've been lovely, lovely people, and the only problem ever was one of their fathers just kind of didn't trust me, but that was because he was a sergeant in the Air Force, and I was in the Air Force, and he knew what Air Force boys were like. It wasn't a colour issue at all. I guess you've got no problems with that if you're saying that, okay? I know that's just a way of describing it, but we got to try and let go of this colour awareness, my friend. We really have, okay? Only say that in the gentlest way possible. Let's ask the pendulum. Will Ernie have this girl flying to him in upcoming months or next summer? Upcoming months. Yeah? It's not going to take till next summer. She's going to travel across water to be with you, right? I don't know if you meant flying in a plane or just coming in very quickly. But, yeah, coming towards you quite quickly and coming over water. She's making a long journey, okay? And, yeah, I can see you guys getting together. I really can. Really can. So, good luck with that, Ernie. Okay. Let's go to Sharon. Question, will anything come of interview with publishing company or some... Oh, you've had an interview, Sharon. This is good news. I know it's good news. So I guess that's a yes. We'll look a bit more deeply into it. But I guess that's a yes because it came to me like it was going to be good news. You know what? I've been using this deck quite a lot this week, and I think, well, I know I trust the deck. I think I trust myself to read it properly now. So let's bring out the Halloween Tarot with a black cat on the front. And I'm keen to get some cat energy going because with it being such lovely hot weather in the middle of summer, my cats are living outside at the moment. I've left the door open hoping they'll come in, but they probably won't appear in this video. They might appear in the later one on Sunday, actually, because then it cools off outside when it starts getting dark out there. But right now, it's beautiful summer's day outside the window because it is just 6:45 p.m. in UK time at the moment. Right. So, with anything come of Interview Publishing Company or some other company, not immediately, because the card I've got here is Temperance. So we're looking at things being in balance, basically. My feeling about this card is that actually, yes, something will come of it, but things are going to stay in equilibrium for a while yet. Things don't take off anytime really soon. But actually, the very next card says that things will take off, because what we got is the Devil, right? And as we know, the devil in these cards isn't like a Satanist kind of satanic devil. It's like the devil is in the detail. And it's time to get things moving. It shows a lot of interaction as well. You know, interaction and fast-paced things happening, basically. Looking at it now. And yeah, you're just going to have to get moving. You're not going to be given a choice. Pretty soon, things are going to take off. Okay. And yeah, the next card, the Tower. All right, probably find those three are in exact order in the major arcana when I look again in a second. But hey, this is how they came out. It's the Tower. So things are going to change, right? There's a great kind of crumbling going on with you, absolutely for sure, Sharon. And yeah, that's 14, 15, and 16 in the major arcana. They are shuffled. I've been shuffling them all week because I've been reading from them all week to get in the zone with them. But yeah, that's the message. Things are going to be moving, just not immediately. Yeah, pretty soon, but not immediately. That's the bottom line. Okay, let's do a card for April Evans. April asks, may I have a card, please? You most certainly may. Let's cut the deck. Right. We'll do another one because that's, I don't know why that's even in the deck. That's the card that comes with the deck. Okay. Cut the deck. King of Bats. Right. Got the King of Bats for you, April. I'm going to have to really psychically read this one because I can't remember which suit the bats actually represent. But, you know, there's a certain amount of darkness here, but there is a lot of getting things done, and it is very, very earthy, even though they're flying around. So there's a bit of kind of air energy in this, most certainly, but it is very, very earthy, and the black cat is down there looking on. Okay, King of Bats, very powerful energy. What this says to me, April, for you, is take some time this weekend, particularly this weekend. It's a good time to rest. Use that rest time to kind of meditate and visualize like the fire building up within you to really kind of get you on fire and get you really spiritually functioning, to take things up a few notches, really. That's what this one's about. Okay. So, April, I hope that helps you, and I hope you don't mind me using this deck, which I'm just getting used to, which is the Halloween Tarot, which is it's just a fabulous deck, actually. Holly says, when we are looking for answers, we need to use not only verbal, but the sense of the words. I couldn't agree more, actually. Could not agree more. Right, I've kind of got behind with the comments now. Twainer is here. Hi, Twainer. Thanks for coming in. Great to see you. It was great to see you on Danny's show earlier, too. That was a great show. Twainer says, want a reading with Andy? A great reading, even. Contact me, 35and83@gmail.com. Please do, actually. This would be good. Hi, Nasty Women. Nasty Women is here as well. Okay, S asks, should I wait for Mud or move on? Wow. There was an amazing band in Britain in the 1970s called Mud. They're still going, actually, as like their own tribute act. You know how it is, they split up and there's 3 or 4 versions of this band. You know, Les Gray's Mud, someone else's Mud, something else. You know, but it's still going very strong, most certainly. Okay, now then, I'm going to pop the cards down because this really is a pendulum question. Okay. Right. Should S wait for mud, please? Let's ask the question one part at a time. Should S wait for mud? Not much energy behind that. It wouldn't do any harm if you waited for mud, but very, very little energy. The pendulum's hardly moving. Should S move on, please? Now let's see what we get. Should S move on? Not much energy behind that at first, and now it's getting quite busy. So, now it's getting really busy, actually. Yeah, it'll do you a lot of good if you move on, S. All right, I feel that would be something quite difficult for you to envisage doing at the moment, but it'll do you a lot of good if you move on. I'm sure it will. Okay, because I just turned over a card for you. We've got the High Priestess here. And Alice is trying to get through the window to go on the journey to find out what's behind the High Priestess's curtain. It's always good to make that journey. And the story of this card is she is allowed in. Okay, so if you move on, there are great things coming, S. Okay, don't be afraid of, cutting things off, because you wouldn't be cutting off anything important for yourself if you moved on. All right, very little energy when I asked should you wait for S. So it looks to me like move on is the answer here. Okay. Guys, I've got to say no guarantees. So sorry to be like that, because I believe in this stuff absolutely. But for legal reasons, I've got to say no guarantees. So I'm saying it. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm in quite a cough here. Guys, I might end this show a little bit early tonight, right? I'm bakingly hot. It's not usually hot like this in Wales. We're having a little mini heat wave here at the moment. But I got a fan blowing on me and I'm drinking fluids and everything, but I'm just absolutely boiled alive. So maybe 10 minutes or so to go. Get your questions in, guys. If I've missed your question, please do type it in and I'll gladly come to you. Okay, Mariola is with us. Vivian is here. This is all good. Let's just have a look for some questions. Lucy G asks for a card. But actually also, let's put this one on. Twainer says, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. I can't see how many likes are on this video at the moment because I'm watching it through StreamYard. But there are 31 in chat, so let's hope there's 31 thumbs ups down there. It really helps. And if you're watching the upload later in time, please give a thumbs up too. It all helps. It's all good. So, Lucy G, may I have a card, please? Yes, Lucy G, you certainly may. And I'm going to pull you a card from Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck, which I don't think I've used in this show yet, actually. So let's take a look for Lucy G. Right, interesting. This must be the energy of the moment. I just pulled a card, Kuan Yin, from a different deck. From this completely different deck, Kuan Yin. Care and compassion, Lucy. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. All right? So I'm telling you offer a helping hand, or Kuan Yin is telling you offer a helping hand. But what I really pick up here, as well as choosing to be loved, right? It says, do what is right for everyone involved. Lucy, do what is right for you as well. Really, okay? Because you're involved. It's no good if it doesn't help you, okay? Whenever we're sending out good intentions, whenever we're doing good things, it's really nice to be selfless. But we know we're on the right track when we get some little, even if it's a small thing, when it does us some good as well. So follow your heart, Lucy. Really important that, okay? You asked for a card. I'm now doing a second card. You didn't ask for two, but this one jumped out too. Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Okay, I'm going to be mysterious about that and just leave that with you. But that card wanted to be known to you as well. So I hope that's of value, Lucy. But yeah, it's not just about putting yourself first. Obviously, it's everyone involved. So you're putting other people, at the forefront. But put yourself at the forefront as well, Lucy. Really, really important. Lucy, I don't know if you're aware, but that card that I just did actually was for you. So... right, there we go. Sandy G. Hi, Andy. What does Jay want? Wow, right. I got the word love, right? Jay wants love, but there are so many different forms of love. What are we looking for? I think he wants... I think Jay, right, is on a sort of a karmic path at the moment. I think changes are coming. And I think what Jay wants more than anything else is to be trusted. Okay? I want to tell you, you're safe around Jay from what I'm seeing here. Right? I feel there's a lot of confusion in Jay's life as well. But what Jay wants more than anything at the moment is to be trusted. Coming through loud and clear on that one. Okay. Ernie asks, Mr. Twig, thank you, Mr. Ernie. Can you tell me what other type of things my dead grandma does besides just make my head itch? Well, as she's making your head itch, you know she's not really dead, okay? I know what you mean. We've got to have a word for it. She's passed away from this life. She's dead physically. Her physical body has died. But she's on the other side of life, right? She's sort of practicing on you, Ernie, all right? She's going to be a full-on spirit guide. And there's no time in the afterlife, but it takes time in our time for them to, that there are things that they have to learn, you know, and she's kind of learning that, but she's close to you. She's showing me knitting. I don't know if she's teaching you how to knit, and you probably know if she does knitting already, but she's showing me knitting. She's knitting it, it's like a patchwork. Right, Ernie, I feel I want to tell you from her, like, try and tie up the loose ends of your life, all right? Try and kind of sew things together. Because as she's knitting, she's making these squares and joining them together. And this is something that needs to happen in your life. You've got a lot of different things going on, kind of fragmented. Try and tie those things together, my friend. This is a great weekend to go unplugged, to be your own boss, to do your own thing, all right? Astrology this weekend is all in favor of that. So take that opportunity, Ernie, to kind of draw all the corners of yourself together. And that's going to work. I believe that is actually from your grandma, you know. But it's pretty cool if she can make your head itch. Lots of people's spirit guides can't actually do that. So it's great. Also, she sees a light around you. She knows she can communicate with you. With you. So that's got to be good. Twainer says, love, light, hugs and blessings to all and stay safe. And please do, guys. I've had my second vaccine. I'm double vaccinated at this moment. And I just know I'm going to have to go and get vaccinated again at some point because there are different variants coming through all the time. And like Vivian says, I wear my mask in public places even after vaccine. Yeah, so do I, actually. And there are different things going on in UK with that at the moment. I went in 3 different shops today, 3 different stores. Everyone in every store was wearing a mask. I went in a store on Monday, just one store, and hardly anyone was wearing a mask there. Same town, same situation. I don't know, but I still wear my mask. Before the pandemic took hold, I was really interested in the way that I think in Japanese people and a lot of people in big cities, even here in UK, were wearing face masks anyway because of all the pollution. And I was thinking I might start doing that. So I'm happy to keep wearing a mask for as long as it takes. Stacey Swan, I took a pic of myself in a new jacket 2 days ago. There were orbs on the arm. Who were they? Ooh, right. Okay. One of them was a musician. I'm being told not a really great musician, someone who fumbled a bit but loved music and loved making music. Drumming, I feel. Okay. One of them is a sisterly energy. I don't know if you have a sister in the spirit world. If not, it would be like an auntie, but my mother's sister. But it's that kind of sisterly vibration I get from the other one. Yeah. And I've got to tell you, Stacey, that I'm being told that you're in a good place at the moment, like a springboard, like you could take off, you could go forward, you could do new things. This apparently is a pretty good time for you to do that, Stacey. But yeah, they were there for sure, there for real. And it's wonderful that you've acknowledged them, actually, because a lot of us see orbs and just don't acknowledge them. You know, some people just think it's dust, you know, who aren't spiritually minded at all. It's a shame because they're really showing their energy through there. Okay, Ernie, how do you find orbs in a pic? Do you need flash on a camera? Not, I wouldn't know. I've had pictures with orbs with no flash. They show up a lot better in digital pictures or ordinary photograph pictures on photographic paper. When they're scanned into a computer, for some reason they show up better as digital files. I don't know why that is, but that's a true thing. But yeah, I don't believe you need a flash, Ernie. I don't think you do. I've captured things outside without a flash, and I know people have captured things indoors without a flash as well, you know. But listen out, Ernie. All right, you are a gatherer of souls. There are quite a lot of spirit people around you trying to get through one way or another. So keep trying, okay? And I think you'll find your orbs. One girl showed me her dead brother in a pic before, and it was from iPhone. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, iPhone, Android, the mobile phone setup, really, really powerful for things like that, you know. And computers generally. There's this theory, and I mentioned this a couple of lives ago. Computers run on fiber optics. Yeah, it's just about everything's an optical drive inside modern computers at the moment. And because spirit are light energy and they are pure light, it only takes a tiny amount of energy for spirit to kind of make things happen with a computer. Really does. Now, spirit don't have physical energy, obviously. They rely on us sending our thoughts out, sending our energies out. And this is why it's good to have a candle burning in the room. Makes a big difference if you have a candle burning in the room, because it just puts some physical energy, especially if you send your intentions towards that, the spirit people getting energy from that. It really helps. Also, if you're trying to connect to a guide and things are unclear, you can ask them to step closer, come in really close, because the closer they get to you, the more they'll pick up on your body heat and it'll give them some physical energy. But they have very, very little energy to play with when they're just hanging around being spirit people. And so the fact that fiber optics takes so little energy and they can do so much with so little energy by using computer systems really makes things work out, you know, really gets things happening. They can show a lot. Okay. Yeah, please type your question again. Okay. Nasty women. Yeah, please type that one again. I'll come to you for sure. Okay. I hadn't noticed it so far. But then once I get readings, hang on. All right, here we go. Message from your mother, please. Okay, my friend. Let's do that. What we got here? Drop my mouse for one thing. Let me pick my mouse up. It showed me a calendar. Crazy stuff. Right. You're doing a great job and you haven't been given the right tools for it. That's what's coming through as I try to connect to your mother's energy. Also, I believe you've smelt your mother's perfume around you in recent times. This is because she is very close around you. You'd know for two reasons. One, it's, you know, it smells like your mother. And the other reason is the smell suddenly starts and stops. It doesn't necessarily linger. Okay, but you're doing very well despite the fact that you haven't got the right tools for the job you're trying to do at the moment. There are a lot of people who would like to help you, and I mean in this world. Okay, people who've helped you in the past. If you need to call on people for help, think about someone who's helped you in the past. Someone will come forward and help you. And also, don't be afraid to just walk away from any aspect of life at the moment that is bothering you. You are free to walk away. And of course, you've got to evaluate that for yourself. I'm not telling you you must walk away, and neither is your mother. You must evaluate it for yourself. But some of the things that are holding you back at this moment don't need to be holding you back. Okay, let me see. Just turned over a card to you and I got the Lovers. So I guess that's Mum saying she loves you as much as anything. Bear, you're a tarot person, right? See that as, take that as whatever you want it to mean, all right? Got that card out for you. Thanks for your question. Thanks for joining us. Hope we get to do a collab before too long. I really do. Okay. Now then, card for Mrs. Tyler J. Here we go. By the way, Mrs. Tyler J, and actually all of you, thanks so much for your support with the 60-second tarot. Really appreciate that. It's been Native American tarot deck for 2 weeks on the trot. Might change it, might not. I'm not sure. I think we've got something going on with the Native American deck there. I really do. Okay. Card for Mrs. Tyler J. It's number 3. It's the Empress. Right, this lady is also the Queen of Cups in this deck. So, mastery over your longings, your desires, the things you really want for. Okay? Try and want things actively rather than just leaving it. I mean, it's always good to trust in manifestation and ask the angels to help things happen. But I want to tell you, try and make things happen for yourself as well. All right? Spirit will be right behind you, brushing your hair like Alice is brushing the Queen's hair here. All right, Spirit will be right behind you. Encourage your guides. Pray, whatever you need to do, but be proactive, okay? You're saying the dream work is very satisfying. Great. Be proactive. Act on those dreams, okay? Even if it's not exactly obvious what it means. Any little snippet that makes sense to you, act on it, okay? Really do. As long as it's in a good way, I mean, if your dream tells it to go and murder 1,000 people, don't do it, obviously, but anything positive in those dreams, follow it out. And there is going to be something positive in those dreams, I'm sure. Because as you're enjoying the dream work is, the energies of the dream work are happy to be around you. It's mutually uplifting. This is great. Nasty Women says... And it's Sharon, of course. Sharon, thank you. And yes, we must collaborate. We must do that. I will sort that out. I'll get in touch. Is your email address somewhere on your channel? So that's what I need to be able to get in touch. Same with Ron, actually. I need to get hold of your email so I can get in touch with you. But yeah, we'll do something soon. I've been making promises about that for ages. Loads and loads going on in real life here at the moment. But yeah. This is one of the things that it's a problem for YouTubers. Okay, I mean, right at the moment, 2,000 followers, videos getting 150 views, that kind of thing. It doesn't seem like much. So the people around me in this world don't really get that I've got to keep putting work into it to make it grow. What they don't get is YouTube, it's almost predictable. You keep working at it, it actually does grow, But I'm just getting pulled all over the place at the moment and I haven't been able to give it as much time as I'd like to. But we are getting somewhere with that. We really are. Linda's saying for some reason the 60-second tarot just do not come on for me. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Linda, but I've noticed it, right? I click on it once so I can share it around my Facebook and on Twitter as well. So I always click it once and sometimes it won't run at all, and sometimes it runs halfway and then stops, and I can't get it to run. I think it's the YouTube system for shorts. Excuse me, hiccuping. Right. Okay. Twaina, yes, she's not in the house at the moment, but she will read with me at some point. Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to that. She won't be a she by then, though. She's changing things. Adrienne asks, any birthday message from my grandpa on the other side? Let's see. Right. Much love. I feel a very loving sense of energy coming through. I also feel that, I don't know if he'd hardened his heart, something happened in life that like hardened his heart, but he seems to be showing more love now than he did when he was in life. And he says to everyone watching, actually, show people love while you can, while you're on the earth plane, because it's just that much harder to get the message across from the other side. You're going to get an opportunity soon, Adrienne, to kind of, it's not exactly moving on, things are going to change basically, and it's about rediscovering part of yourself that you've lost touch with somewhere along the line. That is going to be happening, but be willing to be open to the idea of healing coming in. If you can call that healing in, it's going to be good, because that healing is kind of going to be floating around out there for you. It is now, but over the next week or two, particularly something from your past is going to heal within your heart. It really is. You're trying to contact him. Well, he hears you. I'm sure he hears you, Adrienne. Yeah. Keep trying, keep putting the love out there, and yeah. And Mrs. Tyler J says, yes, tell everyone you love that they are loved. Yes, very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, guys. Well, on that note, my friends, I'm going to bring this one to a close. I've got the hiccups again. And, the hiccups are a great sign from my guides that things are going well. And I have asked them to change the sign they give me, because it's just kind of all the time. Sort of doesn't make for a brilliant video, and it's just really uncomfortable when I hiccup all the time, so I'm asking them for help with that. But there we go. I'm absolutely boiled alive, guys. I need to get some more fluid in me, and I just kind of need to sit in front of the fan and just cool off, not just chill, but actually get physically colder. So I'm going to wrap this one up at this point. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Here again Sunday, 3 p.m. Central USA time, 9 p.m. UK time, if the internet allows. And the internet seems to be allowing at the moment. It comes and goes, but I hope it's going to be good. I know it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good on Sunday, 3 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. UK. As Adrienne says, smash that like button for Andy. Please do. Don't break your screen, though. Ron Unconditional says thank you. Vivian says thank you. Loads of people saying thank you. Thank you all, guys. Great stuff to have you here. Great stuff for me to be here with you. I really enjoy these meetings that we have. Sammers, hardly mentioned you tonight, Sammers. Sam, bye-bye, Twiggy. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Sammers. Enjoy the rest of your day. Everyone, whoever you are, wherever you are. Big thanks to you for joining us. Remember, your loved ones in the spirit realms, they're only a thought away, really. It seems hard to believe, and communication isn't the easiest thing. But if you think of them, they know that you're thinking of them. So just keep on sending your thoughts out there. It's all going to be good. So Beverly, Linda, everyone, thank you so much. And thanks, Holly. We will see you again very soon, and look out for that upload tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. Little bit of driving, fair bit of talking, and a reading going to be uploaded probably about this time tomorrow. It should appear on YouTube. That's what I'm hoping for. Meanwhile, have a great weekend, folks, and I'll see you again in the next one. Love and light to you all, and blessings, and absolutely big